These are some of the highest probability plays for today. This is the Daily Profit brought to you by Linemaker Sports. I am Frank with Linemaker Sports. In today's show, we are going to go over some of the highest probability plays across the slate. But before we get to that, let's talk about yesterday's show and yesterday's results. So on the show, Clark Smith, we had to go under 2.5 earned runs. He gave up a 2-run homer, but looked a little shaky there, but he ended up coming through. They ended up taking him out of the game, so the under 2.5 on that one ended up hitting. As for the F-bombs, yes, we swept the board again with those. All right, so we had Marshall's running back, A.J. Turner. He had an 83% probability to go over 60-plus rushing yards. He had that almost by halftime, so that was no sweat whatsoever. And then we had New Orleans Saints' Alvin Kamara, who had an 87% probability to go under 85.5 yards rushing. He only had 10 yards. He didn't do nothing. He did absolutely nothing yesterday. All right, so we swept the board with the F-bombs. The one play that we did have on the show ended up hitting for the pitcher. Our run scored prop that we had for the show, Will Brennan, they ended up pulling him and not putting him in the lineup. So they knew he wasn't probably going to cross the plate either. So they ended up taking him out. But regardless of that, let's keep it rolling. Let's get on to today's slate. Let's start with the pitchers. We got Jack Flaherty, all right, starting for the Dodgers. Now, his last outing, it was pretty good. He did pitch pretty good. And going into the postseason, he had a couple rough starts going into there. But overall, he's got a 57% shot to go under 2.5 earned runs. That drops down to 50% against better batting teams. So we got a 50-50 shot here with Jack Flaherty to go under 2.5 or over 2.5. The only thing is if he gets roughed up a little bit early, gives up 2 quick runs, they will probably pull him. So, you could have opportunity there on the 2.5 earned runs in the postseason because they will pull a pitcher really quick if he gets in trouble. So that is definitely an advantage for the pitcher in this postseason. All right. Next up, we got Gavin Williams. As we see a little alarm next to him. Might put him on the fade alert for today. All right, he's 50% overall to go under 2.5 earned runs. That drops to 28% when he's going against better batting teams. So he will be playing the Yankees, and just right off the bat, he could get rocked early. All right, he hasn't even played this postseason whatsoever. But the only downside for him being on a fade alert here for like the over 2.5 earned runs is, like I mentioned with the previous pitcher, is getting pulled pretty quick if they get in trouble. That's the only downside, is like if he gives up 2 runs in the first inning, he might not come back out for the second inning. So that's the only one that's a little bit iffy. So what I suggest that you could do is you could take the alternate earned runs and we flip-flop it here. All right, we go over 1.5 earned runs. Now, you can get that probably at a couple sports books. I know ESPN Bet for sure you can get that at, but that could be a little bit of an insurance because then if he gives up 2 quick runs, he gets pulled, you end up winning that. You don't got to worry about him getting a third run. All right, so Gavin Williams, putting him on a fade alert. Yankees could rock him early. Let's get to Yankees pitcher now, Luis Gil. He's got a 62% chance to go under 2.5 earned runs. That bumps up 1% there when he goes against better batting teams. Obviously, Guardians are not one of the top 10 batting teams, so he gets a little bump there as well. He hasn't played in this postseason, so we don't really know what to expect from him in the postseason. I would think, again, short leash on a lot of these pitchers, especially the ones that haven't played this, postseason, that if they get in trouble early, they're going to get pulled. So that's the only thing that might keep me back from, a couple plays here and there for the fade alerts for pitchers. But as for Luis Gil, he is a decent option here for the under 2.5 earned runs. I do think he gets a little bit of a bump there because against top 10 batting teams, he pitches a little bit better, and the Guardians aren't one of the top 10 batting teams, so he should get a little bit better percentage there as well. A little bit better percentage points pretty much. All right, so Luis Gil under 2.5 earned runs, and if he gets in trouble early, he'll probably get pulled as well. So we could have an advantage there. Now let's go ahead and get to some hitters. All right, first off, we got Tyrone Taylor for the Mets. He's got a 69% chance to go under 0.5 runs, so meaning crossing the plate. As long as he doesn't cross the plate, we're good. He has yet to get a hit versus Flaherty. He only has 6 at-bats, so not too much data to really back it, but doesn't have a hit, all right, whatsoever. So as long as he doesn't get walked, if the trend sticks, he shouldn't be able to even get on base. So 69% chance to go under, 0.5 runs. It's not for sure that he's in the lineup yet. Again, same thing like yesterday with Will Brennan. We'll have to wait to see if he ends up being in the lineup or not. But that is an option at 69%, so not too bad. Now let's get to our lone hit prop. All right, we got Freddie Freeman. He's at a 68.71% chance to get a hit. Now he's batting .316 versus the Mets pitcher Peterson. So 68.71%, that's not bad. All right, that is a pretty good percentage. Hitting .316 is not phenomenal, but it's pretty good. All right, pretty good to have that. And I think he has, like 16 or 19 at bats versus that pitcher. So decent data size for, him to get a hit. I mean, this is an option for you to be able to get a hit. All right, he's it's a lefty-lefty matchup. That's the only thing that's maybe a little bit iffy for me is a lefty-lefty matchup. But the stats are there. All right, the stats are there. Once again, don't always get too biased. Sometimes I talk on bias a little bit for certain things because you could see it like over years of doing this. Sometimes you could just see when a bet looks good, but there's some factors that go along with that. All right. This one I could just see it's the lefty-lefty. That's the only issue I kind of have with the Freddie Freeman play here. But you definitely have an option with him at 60. It's almost 69%. So you have an option. He should get at least 3 at-bats against Peterson. So he has an opportunity to get some there. All right. As for today's F-bombs, I got 2 of them. I got an 88% probability in the MLB and an 83% probability in college football. So if you guys want that, make sure you guys go in the description, click the link, or pinned comment in the comment section, the first comment, you can click that as well. All right, so very simple. And also, if you guys want to learn how to come up with these probabilities that I show you guys every single day, I teach you exactly how to do this. So go in the description and book a call as well. If you want to work with me one-on-one and I show you exactly how to come up with all these probabilities, money lines, totals, spreads, all that good stuff. So make sure you guys do that. Let's go through the roundup one more time here with our pitchers starting out. Jack Flaherty, 50-50 shot. I wouldn't do really much of anything with him, to be honest. All right, Jack Flaherty, you got a 50-50 shot there. That's a coin flip, so not much I'm going to go with, with the Dodgers pitcher here. Gavin Williams, let's throw him on a fade alert. Could get him over the 1.5 earned runs mark to be able to kind of ensure if he gets pulled early, he gives up at least 2 runs. So that is an option there to put him on a fade alert. Let's go to Luis Gil. Luis Gil, solid option there for under 2.5 earned runs, especially if he gets pulled quick too. So that would be a good option as well. Tyrone Taylor, we got 69% for him to go under 0.5 runs scored. That's a good option as well for you as a hitter for him to not cross the plate. Then we got Freddie Freeman. Another decent shot here for him to at least get a hit. All right, he's batting .316 versus Peterson, so not too bad. That is an option as well. And then, like I said, the F-bombs, guys, I got 2 of them, both 80% plus. All right, one almost 90%. So you guys can check that out if you want. As always, this is the Daily Profit. I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next show. Till then, I'm out.